on. Do you have follow-up for the Ash Stun, the Sejuani Glacial Prison coming through as well? And you have such big damage. With
yeah, so we have barrels from the GP. We also have Beryl in this game, and he's also playing Rel, so he's Beryl. So Ignite. Here comes Lucid up to the top lane. As Kingen has set this up, a bit of damage into Perfect. Can be hard to lock down the Udyr, who does go for the Ghost. As there's the Twisted Advance. Do they have the damage is really the question. As here comes Pillshake. They just give up on it, and now Lucid's in a rough spot. He's trying to run away from this one. And he will have to flash away. That flash afterwards from Pillshake, not great, but he gets in range. And now the Maokai in a lot of trouble. Does go in a Perfect, though. And they trade the kill back. Kingen gonna get a kill for himself. Pillshake and KT, especially with the way the bot lane is going. It's not a gigantic lead, but it definitely feels like they have the pressure. As the Barrage gonna be coming in, and BDD is ganking on Smolder. And it might just be enough damage. So it's gonna force Kingen away. Here comes Mom. Do a little bit extra and get the slowdown. And now Kingen doesn't have anywhere to go. Eats the oranges. Isn't enough. One more kill would do it, and he gets the kill.
They're also going to get the dragon you mentioned. It's in trade for the grubs. But bottom side is completely under their control.
Getting engaged on here, gonna knock Beryl in, but he doesn't care. Only level 5 is Moham, and level 6 is the Ash. Moham getting super low, and he will be taken down. Beryl, unfortunately, gonna secure that kill, but it's still a kill for KT's bottom lane.
Yeah, the bottom side, they're up 13 CS on the Ash, and we're still top side.
And he stays to hit the barrel. Isn't enough damage, though. The CP very squishy at this point in time. It's just another kill to KT, and now Lucid gets baited into the fight. And these two tanks nearly able to dive the turret, but they force the flash of Lucid. And here comes BDD.
Got his ultimate. He might be able to snipe him here. He's going for it.
Oh, yeah, here we go.
Oh!
Lucid is not looking. He's just going to be taken down.
No. Pretty unlucky.
Wow!
Yeah, that was my reaction as well. Now you're the LCK, but it's making it work again.
Yeah, generally I was going to be okay if it was just going to sit in the front line and be a sponge for the Smolder, but he has done so much more than that. As now they engage on a Pillshake. This is a very tanky Sejuani. Can they get through him? The answer is no, as aiming totally whips the ult, hits nothing. And now Beryl and the rest of the team is following up here as Lucid has to flash away. So low are the health bars. As Deft actually getting a little bit too far ahead of his team, and now Pillshake not able to follow up, aiming able to punish him. And here comes D plus Kia, a couple of kills going their way as BDD, very, very strong though, gonna get slowed up here. And now BDD is looking to challenge the two of them. Going on in, taking a bunch of damage. He's got aiming behind him as well. It's BDD versus the world.
He's definitely dead here, aiming around the corner. You have to think.
Well, he's still fighting this one out. He doesn't have his flap, and he will be taken down as the TP goes into the top lane and just running away from the barrels. Another thing that Udyr can do well. Of that.
Sounds like.
And yeah, I mean, KT is still ahead on gold by 1,000, and it's Infernal Soul in this one. As KT do look to take down the Rift Heralds. They have all 5 members over here. Meanwhile, King just free farming. They're gonna look for Lucid, who doesn't have sums at this point in time. He's just gonna be food, not able to take out Beryl.
Ends up getting left out to dry, unfortunately. And Perfect's gonna come over here, challenge Kingen.
Yeah, I mean, this is a really long lane. Perfect, a little bit unsure about himself. Doesn't want to be next to the barrel, but he's got Ghost up, so he's still gonna continue chasing. Turtle to absorb some of that damage, lands the stun. Kingen in a bit of a rough spot. He's also got Pillshake coming over. Kingen desperate to take down Perfect, but he can't quite do it as now it's a 3-on-1, and Perfect will net himself a 3rd kill. Oh, he got far behind. He even flashed into a Lilia bowling ball, and it was really rough. And then he eventually carried the late game anyway. So a massive engage under the turret as Beryl, no chill at all, just going in. And the follow-up is not quite there. And now the rest of the team is getting baited in as well. Perfect and the Smolder BDD able to get a couple of kills. Perfect is so deep in that one that BDD can't quite follow up. Maybe a bit over-aggressive with Beryl.
That was definitely a little bit over-aggressive, I think. Contested right now, has the barrage. That shouldn't have happened.
Why did they just... Okay, well, they're maybe gonna be able to punish him after the fact, as here comes the bomb from the sky once again, but BDD is not able to follow up, and they just get away with the free drink, and Kingen's farming the side lane.
Yeah, he used gold in the early game very well, but otherwise isn't gonna really feel as good as maybe an MF and a Corki as here comes Moham.
Oh boy, they're just trying to face check into the river, and this time Pillshake is just gonna be punished, and that one felt like it was free as well. I mean, he just kind of sticks his nose in there. He's like, hey, what's going on, guys? DK, take him down. That's the jungler of KT gone, and it might just be an early Baron for DK.
Yeah, let's see if they can stop the Smolder from really burning them down. I mean, there's a very late rotation over from KT.
They're just not really in position to challenge this either. I mean, BDD's doing damage to an Alistar. Mohan doesn't care. And now you've got the combo, the turn coming in. They already took the Baron. And BDD can't do anything. Deft and BDD just running away from this one. DK, they get so much value out of this. They're just wondering if they want more.
Deft's going to have to flash.
And, well, I guess they wanted more. It's not looking good, though. They need to flash away. BDD nearly dies. And now might just be flashed on here. The Cannon Barrage gets him, and a big one to the face of Deft. And finally, DK find that little bit of extra value. The disengage cone will get perfect out, but DK, they surge into the lead.
Yeah, burning health bars down. Something like he just did there with the Achu would be much more valuable if he had that. Is Moham?
That is an Alistar. They're just going to counter-engage onto Perfect, who is getting pretty low. He is Udyr trying to run away, but now the engage follow-up onto everybody. Mob comes down, and everything is burning as Solo are the health bars, aiming not able to do much, throws an ult into Deft. And now Moham trying to just get a little bit out of this one, but just has to get away from Perfect. And now aiming in a really rough spot himself, trying to take down Pyoshik. Showmaker gets one, but it's KT who win the fight in a big way, 3-1.
Right before Baron. Barrel on the flank.
And you see Showmaker trying to tip away. KT not really pushing Lucid out of this one, though, so he is in, and it goes to flip, and it's Infernal Soul to DK, as this fight as well is pretty close. Barrel gonna be taking out BDD, super low, he's being burned to a crisp by the Infernal Drake. And down he will go. Showmaker and Aiming are solo themselves, they're gonna back away. But DK, man, they get it tossed back to them, and they're able to catch it.
Yeah, King is trying to chase down Perfect and Pyoshik here. He's got those Infernal stats.
Yeah, TV's gonna come in here. I think they just need to use this timing to try to push a little bit more.
Yeah, they're going to try to turn this into an inhibitor. They have this huge wave here. Even though KT have Baron buff, those Baron minions aren't going to defend this inhib. And if anyone else dies, I mean, they might be able to actually get even more here. Everyone for D+ completely grouped. BDD's not up for 20 seconds.
All right, they're just doing a little bit of posturing outside of the turrets, but there's no wave here, as you mentioned, and they're going into Baron.
It's not going to be an issue of prio necessarily here. Baron is up earlier, so KT do have to kind of juggle between that and the Elder. The Elder is the real prize. If they could just keep D+ busy, deny them from taking this Baron very quickly, should be fine. BD gets GA as well right before this potential fight.
Yeah, the timing is pretty much impeccable on that item. Deft able to check at least with some hot shots. Barrel in a little bit of trouble as he is having to crash down, and now he has to flash as well. Ton of damage done the other way, though. Aiming super low, in goes Perfect, and he's just gonna die. Tries to get the kill on Aiming, as it's just kind of a drive-by into death from Perfect.
Hate the idea, but I think the judgment was a little bit off as now they're just on Elder.
Look at this, look at this. Pyoshik, he's trying to get in on the left side, but he cannot. Oh, he's trying to get in, and he does. He's gonna smite it away. The Elder Drake goes to BDD, and now DK can't go anywhere near that guy, but they do take down a couple, and maybe they try to push off of this, but it's very dangerous into Smolder with Elder.
Finally want to interact with him at all. They have Baron buff.
Arrow. One arrow might be enough. Bomb is going to come down, and yeah, they're just abandoning Lucid. They're like, yeah, get out, we need to run away. And it's actually the sapling that slows up BDD and doesn't allow him to get in range. Did a little bit of time to kill the Rel. It just ended up that he got in right on time.
Yeah, it was a really good attempt by Lucid, but the rest of the team was thinking elsewise as Moham is taking a lot of damage very fast. And keep your eyes on those white lines on the health bars between the Elder and the Smolder that it just does so much tick damage. Does still have his GA available as well, so you really have to consider, okay,
they're just going to run into them. I mean, he's got Elder, but now will go Deft as well. Jeez, the damage from the Infernal Soul is just ridiculous. And it's a trade of 80 carries, one of them which had Elder. I feel like DK will take that, but it's still KT in control of the mid lane for now.
Is very strong, but BDD's positioning, his spacing so good.
A little bit of MF poke. Neither team is going to make their move as there is, and, well, it's just, okay, Moham getting pretty low, he has to flash away. And that is a lot of engaged potential taken away from the side of DK.
And it's just what we said, the arrow trade is better. Now he doesn't have ult, he's arrowed again. And they're just rushing towards the Elder here, but KT have the damage. Moam is on the wrong side of this fight.
Moam has his ult back, so at least he's got that. Ward comes down, and, well, the wave is pushing bot as well, so DK really trying to utilize that at this point.
Look, Barrel's engage is what everyone's got their eyes on right now. He has flash ult, and D+ need to respect it.
Oh, they're TPing bot. They want to end the game. They don't care about the Elder Drake. They want to take the game. Here comes the Barrel engage. That is a massive bullet time, but the stun comes in onto aiming, and it's a flip for the Elder. It goes the way of DK, and down will go Barrel. Lucio will also bite the dust, but the Elder Drake is enough. The TP is coming in, but it's too late. Oh, he does get in, but Showmaker just has enough damage to push him away. And BDD all alone, the sad little baby dragon, will not win the game for the team. D+ Kia take game one.
It was this game for KT. Outside of that, though, sure, he does a big damage numbers, but when it came to objective control, setup, being decisive around fights, it was especially Lucid who had a much better exchange. Sure, he did end up losing the first Elder, zones himself out there, the rest of the team doesn't burn it down, but otherwise, just